This is Andrew from Miracle Blood, and you're listening to Heavy Mental Breakdown.
Wow, I like the way you did that. You held out that down. We're
You know,
definitely going to
gotta
break it
gotta
down with
put
you
some
tonight.
stank on it.
Yeah, put some stank
Yeah.
on it, especially being from Boston. You got to put some stank on it, right?
So I'm told.
So Boston, what is the rock metal punk scene out in Boston? How are your local shows treating you out there?
Well, we just played a couple weeks ago, last week. I can't even remember. The 22nd, and it was awesome. We
Cool.
love playing our hometown.
Yeah.
It's a great scene. There's so many bands, there's so many people involved. Basically, any night of the week, you can find a show. Um, and yeah, they've just people here have been treating us well for the last few years, and it's always it's good to play for the homies.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you a sports fan at all?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, never mind. Then I will
Yeah.
bypass the sports conversation.
I
I
would be completely useless in a conversation about sports, especially
Yeah.
if you're talking current Boston sports. I would be like, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying.
No worries then. No worries. Well, speaking of shows, you have a show coming up on the 20th out here in my neck of the woods in Bushwick, Brooklyn. You are playing with the boys in our friends Boar on the 20th at Gold Sounds. Is this your first time playing with them or playing the Gold Sounds venue?
First time playing with Boar, first time playing Gold Sounds.
Cool. Hell yeah. I'll be there. I'll be in the mosh pit.
Sweet. You better be throwing down.
I will.
I'll be watching for you.
Hell yeah, I will. Hell yeah. How'd you get set up with those guys?
They just reached out. I'm not sure how they knew about us. I know there's definitely some mutual band friends that have played with them.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think, well, there was this band from around here called Don't Grow Old, and they said they played with Boar, and they had a picture, and um, the bass player was wearing a Miracle Blood shirt, and I was like,
Oh,
that's
cool.
cool. And he was like, yeah, they love your band, and great. That's awesome. And then they reached out. I mean, I listened to them and checked it out, and I
That's
was like,
so
this is
cool.
this is rad. And then they reached out and asked if we wanted to play the release show, and we're like, yeah, we don't have anything else going on in December other than
Cool.
writing, so
Cool.
we'll
That's
take the trip.
amazing.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in Miracle Blood? How long has the band been going for?
So technically, if you want to like really trace it all the way back, it's Miracle Blood has been a band for no, over 10 years, like 12
Oh,
years,
wow.
because it's
Okay.
like we started with me and our original drummer Tom started jamming, and I think calling ourselves Miracle Blood in 2014.
Okay.
It's been a very like slow evolution to what we are now. I would say in this iteration of the band, we've really been doing this for like 3 years, maybe a little bit more than that. We started doing it kind of with these folks this way, 2022.
Okay. So would you say there was a little bit of like a hiatus with this band at any point where you kind of had to step away from it for a moment and then look at and reevaluate what you're doing, or have you guys kind of had the same mindset since 12 years ago?
Oh, it's changed a lot. I think the goal was always to have a band that was something that we could pull off live, and play
Mm,
live without having to we wanted the recordings to kind of like reflect what happens live. And that has been a thread through all the years. But in terms of hiatus, not really. There was a actually not really, because
mm.
when our original drummer quit, we thought there was going to be a time of lag when we were looking for a drummer, because looking for a drummer is the hardest,
Absolutely.
um, for sure. But we're extremely lucky, and we are surrounded by people who, wanted to be involved. So we had one show where our friend Rainey, from a band called Sapling, filled in with us, and then our drummer Anthony basically just joined pretty soon after that, and we've just been, doing it with him since.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Well, that's great. And you guys just put out a new album last year,
About a year ago, we put out.
November of last year. I want to say a little over a year ago. What was the reception like for this latest one?
It was awesome. Yeah, more than we could have hoped for.
Cool.
People seem to
Hello
really like
Hell
it.
is what it's
Yeah,
called, right? Cool.
exactly. Yep. And we had been sitting on it for a while. So it was really, and we felt good about what we had made, and we sat on it for a while, and then got, a label behind it.
Very cool.
And since it's been out, we've gotten to do so many awesome things that we didn't think we would be able to do ever. So it's been really rad. Yeah.
That's cool. You guys are hopefully here blowing up here out in Boston and in New York, and hopefully the crowd is a good crowd out here in Bushwick in a couple weeks. So now that it's been over a year that it's been out, how do you feel? How does the 1 year anniversary feel with it being out? Has it? I think you kind of already said it, but it has it bypassed your expectations?
I would say so, yeah. We've gotten to, on this record, we've toured, I think a total of like 4 weeks since it's been out,
Oh,
which
cool.
is like way long, way more touring than we ever thought we would be able to do.
Yeah.
We got to play a festival like out in Minneapolis. Shout out to the Caterwall Fest.
Nice.
So we like flew out to play a show, which is like
Hell yeah.
pretty wild, and there's a
Hell
lot
yeah.
of bands that and people involved in that festival that I've been listening to for a long time and respect, and just to get to be there, like we played early in the day, but just to even be there,
Yeah.
to get to say that we're playing on the same stage as Uniform or Def Club or whoever it was,
Cool.
all those bands, that it was really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, and just meeting so many people from all over the country. It's this band, like the music that we make, I kind of thought that not that many people would like it, honestly. And the fact that so many people do like it is just, it's kind of wild to me. So yeah, it's been really, really awesome, really humbling to get to experience all that.
Well, you call your music heavy noise punk for the weird at heart.
Yeah.
I like that.
do.
I haven't interviewed a genre of heavy noise punk for Weird at Heart yet, so I dig it. Speaking of this album, there's a track on there called Ghost Marching Slow, and that is why you are here today. Tell us a little bit about that song and why you chose to break this one down tonight.
Sure. In all honesty, I chose this one because I felt like the lyrics are most concretely about one thing that I could speak coherently about, whereas some of the other lyrics on the album are, I don't know, kind of like a mishmash of like thoughts and all kinds of stuff.
That's all of our brains
but
right now, though. So we relate. We're all going fucking nuts right now.
that's
in here.
and that was kind of the intent with it, for sure. It was
cool.
to kind of mimic that, I guess.
Yeah.
But this song is about, or it was inspired. I wrote the lyrics to it around the time that my father, who has Parkinson's disease, had to go into an assisted living home, and kind of trying to deal with the emotions around that, and also think about how he might feel about it, and the feeling of kind of losing control over yourself, both physically and mentally.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that about your father. I'm sure it must have been hard, not only for him, but your entire family. And I'm sure, going through those emotions, writing music and making music was a good outlet for you to kind of take some of that out on.
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely like a great way to channel any like
Yeah.
negative feelings like frustration or anger or, sadness, whatever it is. It's a great
Yeah.
thing to have to channel that into.
Yeah, for sure. This is Ghost Marching Slow by Miracle Blood. Let's break it down. All right. I kind of already have quite a few thoughts already. Why be patient? Why pay the bills? Just take a number. It all melts anyway before you ever thought of it. Kind of, to me, that I take that as we're all kind of robots in the society. We do this because we think it's right. We do this because we think it's right. But ultimately, when you when big things happen in your life and you look at it from like this total outside perspective, and it's like why am I doing this? It almost seems like there's no point. It all melts away anyway. Our life is here in a moment and then it's gone in a flash. Why, if it all kind of just melts away at some point? To me, it's kind of like a fuck it. Like, why am I doing this intro? What is this first part mean to you?
Yeah, I think you got the main gist of it for sure. I think it's thinking about, seeing my dad kind of like deteriorate, and have to move someplace away from my mother and just kind of like not be even the same person that he was.
That's tough.
It kind of like makes you be like, well, what's the point of doing any of this? Like, we're all gonna like kind of like, I don't know, fall apart at the end anyways.
Yeah.
It's I mean, on purpose trying to be comically negative. I almost took it as an opportunity to like do something like that with this song.
It seems like you're almost taking out your anger. Not only is music, just the art of songwriting and plugging in your amp and guitar and everything, but it's like, were you angry during this time?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Or like maybe I was maybe a little bit frustrated, and I think, like I said, I tried to take things from his perspective, and he was definitely angry and frustrated about, these changes that were going on, both, to himself and, the fact that he had to go live someplace else.
Yeah. It's interesting that so you had talked about it when you first said what it meant to you. You were saying, to me, it's this and what I felt. And then you said, oh, the perspective of my father. So this is almost like is this kind of a double perspective here by somebody who's on the outside looking, but it can also be related to the person who's going through something too?
Yes. Yeah. Cool. I would say it's maybe even more the person who's going through it.
Okay. Yeah. So it's being in that moment of bills are piling up. You're a patient and you're waiting on just take a number. It's almost like you're just waiting for your next appointment to come up. Like you're just somebody on a schedule almost. And, it's all, it all melts away before you even thought, because it can just go like that. Yeah, heavy opening. Pecking order, cold, mortal shame, swallow harder. It all rots away before you ever thought it. Pecking order, kind of what I was saying. it's a schedule of everybody, so you're just in line. You're in order to be next up, and it's cold. When you're sick and you don't have control over it, there is a little bit of shame that we hold. We're a little, man, I wish we were. I wish I wasn't like this. I wish I wasn't doing this. So we almost literally being in somewhere cold, like a hospital or something like that. It's cold, it's lonely, you're feeling a little bit of shame here. Swallow harder, almost as if like for the pills, almost swallow. Keep taking these things that are going to numb you and help get you through this. But then in the end, it's like, well, it all rots away. So why? That's what I take from that second part.
I mean, you probably interpreted it better than I could have, so we'll go with that. Yeah. No, I think that you got definitely the main idea of it. Yeah, I think with the pecking order and mortal shame, like that. Yeah, you're right. Like something about this is like fatalistic, or like has to do with fate. Like there's not anything that you can do about it, right?
Yeah. Pecking order. You're in line. You're up next.
Yeah. Yep. You're born into it.
So we're about to go into ghosts marching slow, cold, shallow hopes. Ghosts marching slow. When you say ghost, is that an afterlife reference? Is that once, let's just say before you ever thought it all rots away? So is this almost like you are now a ghost and maybe you've passed and now it's all shallow and it's cold, or what do you mean by ghosts marching slow?
I think it's more the idea that no matter what you do, you can't really escape death. So you'll see this later on in the lyrics, but like the idea that everybody is just a ghost slowly marching towards death, right? Slowly,
we're all
inevitably ghosts. Yeah, we're all gonna be ghosts eventually.
All right, let's keep rocking out to this.
Ghosts marching slow.
Hold on. I love the ghost. It's almost like you're a ghost when you're saying it.
Right, yeah.
I actually have a question for you. I was watching one of your videos on your Instagram, and it was like these articles in your studio kind of chasing you. I remember there's like a scene with a drumstick, kind of trying to hit, and then like a chord.
The lobotomizer video.
Yeah, that was sick. I like that a lot. I love how you guys think like outside the box on some of the, not only lyrics, but also some of the visuals too. It's almost like you're always under attack. You're always kind of preparing for something. And it's like, you got to keep your head up, because even within our own studio, things can switch and turn. It's almost like you can almost look at it as friendships. And it's like, even if you're somewhere that is safe and you're with your friends, you never know what can happen at any day. And it's almost like before you even thought it all rots away. Like, who knows how long we're going to be doing this band for? What if the music itself turns on us and the fans don't listen anymore? Things like that. I'm always kind of like thinking like thoughts like that. And so when I see cool shit like that, like, it really stands out. And I think you guys are standing out in that way. I think it's really cool.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I really like how the guitars go, before you ever saw them. Like it puts you right there in the music with it. So when you're singing it, it makes you just feel like you're a part of it. Is that at
Yeah.
all? Is that at all like planned, or is that how you kind of saw that? Or
Yeah, I mean, definitely it when we play that part live, like that part when I'm singing and we're all doing the kind of same
yeah,
rhythm together, it feels powerful.
yeah, it puts you
Yeah.
guys all right there in the moment together. I like it.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
made me laugh a little while ago, so it opens up with try eating smarter. Full
Yeah.
misery, old friends and lovers, they all melt away before you ever saw them. Yeah, I feel like that's something that we're all told at one point by someone who's trying to help us, or like a doctor or something like that. Just eat smarter, you'll be fine. Eat your fruits and vegetables, you'll be just fine. But then it kind of like you almost look at it in a way where it's, yeah, I can eat smarter, but do I want to? Like, who knows when this all is going to rot away? And this is all going to be over before we know it. And a lot of us, like, food is a thing, like we love eating our, me in Brooklyn, I love eating my pizza. You know what I mean? And it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, I'm not eating smart, maybe, but I want to enjoy some of the things while I'm here. And I don't want to feel too bad about it. So when people say eat smarter, it almost kind of just puts you in a space where I'm like, man, I can't, well, maybe I shouldn't enjoy these foods or drinks that I like. I don't know. Full misery, old friends and lovers. Yeah, full misery. You see nothing else but misery. There's everywhere around you, and you can't really pull yourself out of it. Um, and then, especially if you look at it at the end of your journey, old friends and lovers, they all melt away. It's like, yeah, at the end of it, like, who's really there for you at the end?
Right. Yeah. I think that
Yeah.
you summed it up perfectly. And I try to, I'm glad that you laughed at it because first of all, I just need to feel like I feel like I need to apologize for like being like, here's like the most depressing song that I've written, and like, let's talk about this one. But
No, this is what this podcast is about. I love it.
but I think that I always try to incorporate some kind of self-awareness or humor in the lyrics. And so,
Comedic
I'm
relief.
I'm glad that you found that line funny because it's supposed to be
Okay,
like,
good. I didn't want to insult you or anything by
no,
saying that.
definitely not. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's because it's just true. We're all told that. We all feel that, and we all, think, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? So, comedic relief and something like this, I think it's really important actually, because it kind of, yeah, a lot of the lyrics are really dark, but if you can kind of snap out of it for a second, kind of just do a little giggle or something, it's like, oh, okay, well, this song is real. There is a little bit of laughter in there, just like life. Like we
Yeah.
can be going through the heaviest things, but it's like the most random little thing can make us laugh, and it kind of just sparks something. Just no matter what it is, if we can just smile and laugh a little bit, why not?
Exactly.
All iterations, I've had my fill. A life of chances, they all rot away before you ever saw them. What does that one mean to you?
I think it just means like, let me think about this one for a little bit.
Yeah. All iterations, I've had
Yeah.
my fill. A life of chances, they all rot away before
Yeah.
you ever saw them.
So I think the all iterations part is like after a while things start to feel like you're just going through the same motions over and over again. These are all just like different iterations of the same day. And then a life of chances, you think to yourself, I feel like this happens in life, right? When you're younger, you have such big hopes and dreams for yourself. And eventually you run out of those days, you run out of those chances to do whatever it was that you thought you wanted to do at the beginning.
Life happens.
Yep, exactly.
So with your dad going through something like this, has that sparked something in you personally where, maybe it's motivated you to think, man, life could be short. Maybe I don't have all these chances. Has this sparked anything in you to kind of live to the fullest and or at least, put, more effort into what you're doing right now with this band, or how has that had an effect on you creatively?
Oh, that's a really good question. I don't know if it really has. I think that I have been putting a lot of effort into the music and art and stuff for a while now, but you know, one thing that I am extremely grateful to have this outlet. And, something that he did say to me was like, that's something that he didn't really have. And he was like, that's my biggest regret, is not having some like true like passion like you have for music and art, to, do something else with, have my life, but also have my kind of creative passion or whatever it is.
I think it's very important for us to have that passion. And I think we all kind of have it when we're younger and we see the world as this, endless pool of, possibilities. And then, we get older and some of the possibilities seem a little bit difficult. But I think even if our passions change, it's still very important to have those, because you need that kind of fire within you.
Yeah,
you need something.
Yeah, you need something to make life interesting, right?
Yeah.
You can't just be, there's got to be something to, tickle your brain every now and then.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. This song, and you kind of already said it, but this song must be fucking fun to play live. The dun dun boom boom.
Oh yeah.
Like there's so many moments that are like the fans can get into it. Like you can't help but feel it. Like you want to go dun dun when you're doing that. You want to like throw your fist in the air, or you want to do this during the, and it makes you want to. Before you, it makes you want to sing along with it. Man, this must be a fun one to play.
It really is. Yeah, it's interesting because it's the slow song, right? But it has, like you're saying, parts that still get you. Like they're still like heavy. Like even just that intro, which we repeat, but we just listen to where it's like, that part. There's something about that just doing it live, where all of those hits where we're all together, just feels like we're just like boom, punching something together.
Are you playing it at Gold Sounds?
We haven't decided the set list yet, but we can play it if.
Well, it's a heavy mental breakdown request for you to play Ghost Marching Slow at Gold Sounds, and so.
We don't get requests too often, so we might.
So I will be in the crowd staring you down until you play that song. Just FYI.
You better.
Just
we'll close with it, so you just have to stare at us the entire time.
My hands crossed, just straight face the entire time. All right, let's keep rocking out. Fuck, man. I love when songs just like end on like just a sudden like dun, like it's over, done. And I think that is a perfect way to end a track with lyrics like this. It's almost like in a blink of an eye, the song's over, but also in a blink of an eye, your life could be over. You know, like it could be the end of it. You could be going full force, but sometimes it just comes to a sudden stop. That's what I get just from the actual music of it. But hold your water, hold your breath, nervous laughter, life and death. Hold your water. What is it? What is the closing of this song? Mean to you? Let me read it out. Hold your water, hold your breath, nervous laughter, decomposing, marching slow, in a lifetime, we are all ghosts. What does that ending mean to you?
Just that, at the end of the day, we're all gonna be ghosts eventually. And
hold your water, hold your breath.
Yeah,
suffocating almost, not being able to breathe,
not being able to, not wanting to talk about it, right? I think is part of it as well. Like, it's something that's hard to talk about. So
yeah, that actually goes back to Cold Mortal Shame, Swallowing Harder. It reminds me of that part in the song. Is that a playback? Is that a throwback to those lyrics there?
I mean, I don't know if I can say I'm that clever, but but yeah, I mean, it comes from the same kind of sentiment for sure.
Yeah. Life and death, decomposing. We're all we are literally all, as the years go on, getting a little bit more older, bones a little bit more fragile, and we're all ultimately decomposing.
Exactly.
Every day. So when you put this track out, knowing how much weight there was emotionally and mentally behind it, how did it feel when you released it to the world and you're like, this is how I'm feeling, and this is how I've taken out some of this anger that I've had or frustration that I've had about a family event that's going on in my life? Like, how did it feel to put it out to the world and be like, this is yours now? What do you think?
It's a great question. It's tough because, when we put out the record, it's not just this one song. It's the whole record, and it's everything that goes with making a record, every decision that you make going into the record, the artwork, like everything, you're like, oh, this is finally. And we also, like I said, we waited on this. We finished recording it like spring 2023, and then it didn't release till November 2024. So I think by then it was just like, we're so pumped that it's out.
Yeah, you were just ready to let it go.
Yeah, exactly. But I think with the song in particular, I think that it's one of the first ones that I felt like I was really, really pulling from personal life stuff and allowing myself to be vulnerable enough to do that.
Yeah, it makes you very vulnerable to put something like this out.
Yeah,
and then to come on a podcast and talk even deeper about it. So I appreciate it.
Well, yeah, it's something that I'm trying to challenge myself to do. So that's part of the reason why I picked this song to talk about.
Awesome.
But yeah, I think it's just cool to see that people like this song. Somebody, the Spotify rap thing hit the other day, and somebody shared on their Instagram stories. It was like, this is my #1 listened to song. And I was like,
oh, wow,
that's crazy. Like for all year. And I was like, oh, I hope you're all right. First of all, but, and I hope it helped you, or, it makes me wonder. 'Cause like, kind of like what you're saying is, once you put a song out, it's almost like it's no longer yours. It becomes whoever's listening to it and their interpretation. And I just wonder, like, what is it about the song that made them listen to it so many times? Like, what are they getting out of it? What are they picking up from it?
I would love if, for whatever reason, if the person who that was their #1 song of the year, I'd love to have you on the podcast and let's talk about why. Let's talk about why this track is so important to you. And I don't know. I'd love to hear that story. Hit me up if you're listening. But I
Yeah.
mean, there's no better compliment than that from a fan. It's like you were this song that you wrote that about this family thing, and you talk about it being vulnerable to you and putting more emotion into it. But that's the song out of all your tracks. That's the one that had one of your fans listening to it over and over again. I think you have something going here with the way you write when you're coming from an emotional place, when you're pulling from somewhere deep down. I think people can feel that.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Like this is the thing with music. Like I might, I thought maybe that's the case too, but who knows if
Yeah.
I talk to the person, they might be like, "No, man, that just like that break is sick." Like, like it could just
Yeah.
be that. But
Yeah. Yeah, you never know.
that's what art is like. It's different people have different things that they latch onto, and
Yeah.
uh, yeah.
So stepping aside from your own music, how has music played a role in your life when it comes to your mental health? Like, we all have the song that we listen to when we're angry or when we're sad or when we get hyped or whatever. We all have these things. We all have these songs that, we call ours. Just getting through life and navigating ups and downs of the band and music and that career, because that's nuts. You're in a different city, especially if you're touring for 4 weeks somewhere different, away from family, while you have family stuff going on, while there's other real life stuff going on with lives and taxes and just relationships. So how has music just outside of your own played a role into your mental health?
That's a big question. It's a good question. So, there's a few different aspects. First is, I would say like creating and getting to play and be creative and write is just like we talked about before, it's such an outlet. And I think that being creative, working on something, accomplishing something, having a goal towards something, is huge for, just feeling fulfilled, I guess, in life. And whether it's writing each individual song or creating an album, like the fact that you're creating something and building something and accomplishing something, I guess it gives you a sense of accomplishment or something that you're working towards. In terms of other music that I listen to, I think that it's music is great because it's always there for you. No matter how you're feeling, you can find something that either echoes that or can maybe even change it, right? It can
Yeah.
pick you up or make you feel empowered or, help you wallow in whatever you're wallowing in at the moment, and make it feel like that this is okay to like feel, oh yeah, I'm gonna put on the saddest song because I'm sad and I want to feel
Yeah.
the saddest, and like
Yeah.
it's okay that I feel like the saddest, even though maybe my problems are
Yeah.
not the worst problems in the world.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but it's a really music is just a really interesting thing like that.
Yeah, it really is. Who are some of your artists that you like to listen to? Who
Sure.
who are you rocking out to right now?
Right now, we played with this band Intercourse last weekend from Connecticut, and I've been listening to their album nonstop. Super heavy, brutal, like also like very the lyrics are also funny but also very upsetting at the same time. Um, I'm a big fan of McCluskey, and I don't know if you're familiar with that band, or
No.
Andrew Falkus. He's also in Future of the Left, and he has a band or a project called Christian Fitness. But big fan of his stuff and his writing, and they put out a record this past year that was excellent. Also a big Tom Waits fan.
Waits.
Yeah,
You're dropping some artists here that I'm gonna have to check out.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
check them all out. I definitely like a little bit or a lot of it, like kind of like left of the dial, kind of weirder stuff. So yeah,
Cool.
I hope that you check out some of this stuff, and hope you either enjoy it or really hate it.
As long as it makes me feel something, that's all I'm hoping for. Whether it's anger because I don't like it, or oh, this feels so good because I love it.
Isn't that,
Um,
yeah, isn't it like I would rather hear something that I really don't like versus something that I just think is okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. That is very true.
Yeah.
That's like me with movies. The cornier and worse they are, the more I enjoy just fucking watching them, laughing and having a
Yeah.
good time during them.
Yeah. And it's like I feel like my wife doesn't fully get it. Like I'll like something will be on the radio, I'll be like, "Oh, this is terrible," and she'll be like, "Oh, I'll change it." I was like, "No, no, I like want to hear where it's going though." Like, yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, that was Ghost Marching Slow from your album Hello Hell that just came out a little over a year ago. Everyone check it out and go check them out on December 20th at Gold Sounds, opening up for Boar. Are you guys stoked for that show?
Very stoked. Yeah. I
Hell
think
yeah.
it's going to be an awesome way, our last show of the year. So
Close
it's
it
gonna be an
out.
awesome way to like close it out down
Yeah.
there.
Hell yeah.
It's their record release, so I'm sure it'll be like a party.
Yeah, it's going to be a party for sure. So what do you guys got coming up next? I know the album is, barely a year old, but you guys working on new music? You're working on music videos. What else can we expect out of Miracle Blood?
Sure. So we are actually going to be heading back into the studio in January for our next full-length album.
Hell yeah.
Just because we wrapped up the writing and recording of that, 2023. So we're like approaching almost 2 or 3 years ago. So we just have never stopped writing, just
Okay.
because that's how we function. So
Hell yeah.
we are now at the point where we're ready to record our next full length.
Cool.
And in the meantime, we dropped a live EP a few weeks ago as well. So it's like a free thing. You can download it for free, and it's with a full video of us playing live in studio. It was right around the time that we finished recording Hello Hell, so we're playing a lot of those songs, but we were excited to play them, but then it took like 2 years for the album to come out, so we're like, we can't release the live version of us playing these same songs before the actual album comes out, so we have to like wait. We're like, we'll wait a year and then we'll put out the live version. So that's out. We'll have some unreleased songs from the Hello Hell sessions coming out as well in 2026. So plenty of stuff.
Yeah, you guys are nonstop.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, why stop?
Why stop?
Like when we like doing it, so.
I forgot there was one thing I wanted to ask you about. You have it pinned on your Instagram, and it's Boston Music Awards. Tell us a little bit about that. What you were nominated for something, right? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. There's not much to say other than we're nominated for it, but this is actually the third time we've been nominated for a Boston Music Award. There's like a coalition of people who put the award show on every year. It's really pretty cool.
Nice.
But what's interesting is that we have jumped categories. We've been nominated 3 years, and in 3 years we've been nominated for 3 different categories.
Okay.
So the first year we were nominated, we were Best Rock Act.
Hell yeah.
And then the second year we were Punk/Hardcore Act. And now this year we're Metal. So I swear they're doing it to mess with us. And we even said last year, it's like they jumped us. Like, well, are we gonna be something different every year?
You're gonna be a ska band next year.
Exactly, yeah. Or like jazz.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, either way, I mean, it's still pretty cool to be acknowledged by your hometown, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. It's there's like a committee and stuff, but I don't really
That's very
understand
cool.
how it works.
Yeah, I
like,
wonder
who's
how they find you
nominated.
guys.
I mean, I know people who are on the committee and stuff. So,
Okay.
like, and it's people who are definitely involved, like with the local music scene and maybe even beyond here,
Cool,
for sure.
okay.
But the other thing that was crazy this year is I got I myself. Oh, so I was they also don't tell you if you're nominated, which is really interesting. You have to somehow find out.
Yeah.
So like the first year we were nominated, we were playing in Worcester, uh, like the day that they announced all the nominees, and I just saw all of a sudden like all these messages and comments coming in on social medias being like, "Congrats, congratulations." I was like, I mean, yeah, Worcester is cool, but like I don't know if we like should be congratulated for playing Worcester. Like I didn't even know what it was. Like, why
Yeah,
are
yeah,
people
yeah, yeah.
congratulating us? And then somebody was like, "Congratulations on the nomination." But so I was looking through to see who else is nominated, and I was like, why is my name like my name is in this category? And it was like graphic designer of the year, and I was like, that's
Huh.
crazy. I didn't expect that to ever happen.
Yeah.
So
That actually sparks a question that I had. So, you guys, like I was saying earlier, you guys have some fun music videos and fun visuals. And you brought up graphic design. Do you do those videos yourself? Do you shoot at all? How much of a creative are you in that kind of stuff, like the filming and the videos and stuff like that?
so the music videos, some of them I've done, others have been other people.
Cool.
I do the album art and a lot
Hell
of the
yeah.
flyers. Um, but yeah, so like the one that you were watching earlier, the one that has like the stuff going up our nose and us turning into zombies,
Yeah.
that was actually my brother-in-law who made that. He's like a fantastic
Oh, cool. I love the brain. I
videographer.
love how the brain just opened like that.
The where it just like it's a brain and then all of a sudden just like explodes into
Yeah.
blood.
That's just that alone is a statement.
Thank you. Thank you.
I like it. I like how you guys are very visual with your music. It's making you stand out a lot, and
Thanks.
I think you're on to something here with the personal stories and diving a little bit deeper with your lyrics and the the graphics that you already have, the visuals. Yeah, you guys are doing something really cool here. I'm stoked to see you on the
Thanks.
20th, dude.
Well, stoked to meet you in person. That'll be
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, we're gonna mosh in the pit together during bungled by Boar.
Absolutely. We're gonna tango during the jazz break.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight and sharing your story. I know being vulnerable is not an easy thing to do, so I appreciate it, and I know your fans will appreciate it. And yeah, keep rocking out, man. I'm looking forward to the album next year. Hopefully, it's out next year. I know you're recording it next year, but whenever that comes up, we'll do this again, and we'll dissect another one of your lyrics and break down another one.
Awesome. Yeah, looking forward to meeting you in person. And thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah.